Hi, welcome back to Kolsky RC. If you haven't already subscribed, please do hit that notification bell and hit that like button. Hi, welcome back to Kolsky RC. So today we have the full review and flight test of the DJI Mavic Mini. So the other day, you'll have seen I posted a initial impressions video, which people tended to think was a little bit harsh. I don't know if it was harsh or not, but it certainly didn't blow me away when I took it out of the box. A lot of the things I thought then, I still think today. It's extremely flimsy. How well this would take a drop, I don't know, and I still think the motors are far too small for this. What's giving you the efficiency, but I can see these motors burning out. However, the video I showed you in the clip was from the 2.7K video where it had a lot of, not screen tear, but blurring. Was affected a lot by the wind. So I've flown this today and it's probably 7 miles an hour and I had none of them issues, but you do see slight blurring when you turn. So if you're going in a straight line with this thing in 2.7K, it's absolutely fine, you don't get it. What you'll see at the edge of your screen, so and not just my video, most of them I've watched, is the screen looks soft at the edges. If you film in 1080p 60, you don't have any of that issue. So the video you're going to see that's coming up after I've done this initial overview, review, whatever it is, you'll see that the first video I recorded is in 2.7K and that's got the return to home test in it. And the second video is recorded in 1080p, 60 frames a second. And you can let me know in the comments which ones you think are better. There's been hundreds of reviews of this on the internet. I'm just going to go over some quick things in case you've never seen it. So the things I love about it is it flies like a DJI. It just flies amazingly well. Absolutely superb. It's super smooth in the air. Very, very stable. Even in the wind when it was outside the other day, it didn't really, it was giving it some shake, but it kept its position really well. Its return to home isn't great, and I think one of the main reasons of this time is the size of this optical sensor. It's tiny on the bottom of here, and they've done that to save weight obviously, but if you compare that optical sensor to the one on the Spark or the things, you'll find it is smaller. And they've done that to save weight, so I totally understand. I'm not getting into that debate, but I don't think it's 249 grams when you fly it in the summer anyway, because you're going to have an ND filter on there, you're going to have something else, and you're going to pull this thing over its weight. However, it's 249 out of the box, and it's a very grey area, because I think if you were stopped by the police, or whoever's going to do, and they're not going to carry scales around with them, so I believe the weight should be what the advertised weight is by the manufacturer, and that's 249 grams. So I love that. The transmission distance is amazing. So I recorded the first video, I think in 2.7K, I've recorded with the Apple iPhone as well. So I've got screen recording, and you're going to see that the signal looked great. I think it was 700 meters or something, and I hit return to home. Not because I'd lost the signal, because I just hit return to home. In that area, most of the drones I fly where I was flying, I specifically did that place because I wanted to see what the range was like, and I normally have Wi-Fi issues, and I had none. It flew absolutely fine. So the advanced Wi-Fi, however they've done it, is absolutely brilliant. The controller, although it feels a bit cheap, seems fantastic when it's in the air. You don't seem to have an issue with flying it, but it does feel cheap. One of the biggest bugbears of this thing is this app is awful. Why they made this app, I do not know. It's so limited, it's untrue. You can adjust very little on it. Everything's in auto mode, and you can adjust nothing. So your video footage is going to look what it looks like, because you can't adjust anything on it. Similar with photos. They need to sort that out, and there's no way they can not do that, because that's simply either a firmware issue or a software issue. It can be sorted. They need to do that. Why they didn't use the original app, I do not know. Because it doesn't. All they had to do was play with that app and take some of the flight modes out, so it didn't have to follow me and stuff, and they could have used that app and just modified it. Why they made this thing, I do not know. And if it's to try and make it different from all the others, well, that's fine. But they've actually made this. This is the thing I hate most about it, is the app. Although, when I was flying it, I did have a fantastic picture on my screen. The screen looked great. I had a fantastic resolution coming back. But I just hate the app. One of the other things it's doing, and this must just be, I presume this is a software bug, and I've seen other people get this. I was flying it, I had 70% battery, and it suddenly come up and told me I had low battery, or insufficient battery, or low battery power. I ignored it and carried on flying, and it went away after a little bit. And the other thing it comes up and told me was, when I was in the I'd been flying it about 10 minutes, and it told me I needed to warm the battery up. Again, strange, but these are just obviously glitches in the firmware, in either the firmware in this, or in the app. I haven't flown this. When they got this stock, I didn't fly it, so I don't know what it was like on the old firmware. I put the latest firmware on here when I got it, so it could have been better, but these are just glitches on here. These are no issues. I haven't tested any of the flight modes out, so I haven't done the drone and all the rest of it. I'll do another video where I'm going to get far more in depth on it, and I'll go far more in depth on them kind of things. But the reason for the video today, I just wanted to get my review out of it, because I did put that video up the other day, and I wanted to just do a follow-up on that as quickly as possible and do a full review of the drone. So let's just turn it off. It's got an on and off button underneath. It's got your typical DJI lights. Turn this off as well. The battery obviously goes in the back of here, and it just pulls out. It's a lithium-ion battery, not a LiPo. I can't comment on any kind of lens attack. What I would say is, when I've had lithium-ion batteries and other stuff, they do not last. When I have them in my transmitters, they seem to not last very long. Now, that could be the fact that most of the lithium-ion batteries you buy, even from Amazon, are garbage. They might say the Sony, they might say the Panasonic, they might say all this, but I can guarantee they won't be. They're just cheap, nasty rubbish. Now, if this has got decent batteries in, that might not be an issue. The 30-minute flight time today was 25, and I thought it was more like 25, 24. It's still great, isn't it, compared to what it was on the Spark. So your battery goes in there, you've just got an empty hatch here. And it's extremely light when you take the battery out of it, and the battery just clips in the back. It takes a while to charge, and it charges by USB. Remember that I bought the basic package. All I bought is what you see on the desk here. The package the FlyMore package comes with 3 batteries. And if you are into this and you want to fly it a lot, I'd certainly recommend going for the FlyMore package, not this one. It's totally different for me. I've got loads of different drones, and I only ever fly the drone normally once. I even only fly the Pro once. I might fly the Pro and Zoom, but one after another. But I tend to just go one battery. So for me, this was fine, and I didn't need to buy the FlyMore package. It comes with the gimbal guard that I've taken off, and I can't remember where it is. It's in the house, obviously, but I can't remember where I put it at the minute. So you've got 3-axis gimbal. The gimbal feels nice and smooth. You've got vents here, that's all they are. They're just vents. There's no optical avoidance on this. It's just well vented, and it does keep cool. So it's been running on my desk since we started the video, but also it's been running about 10 minutes before, because I forgot I had it on here. So it's probably been running 17 minutes just sat on this desk, and it's still cool. It's like very, very lukewarm. This one comes with a spare set of props, 2 spare sets of props, so you get 4 props for 2 motors. And I think I went through the controller with you the other day, but it's got very limited functions. You've no buttons on the back, you've only got one wheel here, and that's to adjust your gimbal up and down. You've no EV value adjustment or anything like that. And these sticks feel different. They're very, very springy, and I think they're more springy than the Mavic Air. So I haven't got the Mavic Air anymore, so I can't test it, but they feel more springy than that did. Very similar way your phone connects in, exactly the same, but they've done away with this stupid little piece of plastic you used to get knotted in here that was a complete waste of time anyway, so thankfully they've got rid of that. I used to just take them out and throw it in the bag anyway. I never used it. And apart from that, it's exactly the same. So any accessory you've got for your Spark controller or your Mavic Air controller will fit this. It has removable sticks on your gimbals. The one big difference is these are plastic, these are not metal. I don't know if the Mavic Air ones would fit in there, but these are plastic. But when you're flying it, doesn't feel any difference whatsoever. You don't feel like you've got a plastic stick in your hand. So everything else I was going to go through, you've probably seen a million times. So the verdict is a difficult one for me. So if this is your first drone and I put this out, I don't think anybody should have anything like this as the first drone. I think you should buy a drone that's got no altitude hold of anything, and learn how to fly in case you get into problems, because these are very much, you rely on the fact you've got returns home and all the rest of it. But if you are looking for your first drone, it's your one and only drone, then I think, yeah, it's probably great. There isn't much in the market. You've other stuff in the market is the Redmi X8 SE. I will have a comparison video coming up when the weather improves. Well, when I say weather, all you do is stop being windy and rain here. But as soon as we've got some kind of calmer, brighter day, I'll do a comparison video between this and the X8 SE, because that's exactly the same price point. I'm not going to comment on which one I think is better at the minute, because I need to do the video on it. But I think if you're getting into it, this is what you're looking at. This is what you're buying. You're buying DJI technology, and that's what it has. Someone commented on my last video that the one thing they said about this drone, it's the first time they can remember DJI launching a drone that wasn't innovative, that didn't have something different. And it's true, it doesn't have anything different. It's just an upgraded version of a Spark and a downgrade of the Mavic Air. And that's exactly what it is. It doesn't mean it's a bad drone, but if you already own a DJI Mavic Air, should you buy this? No, I don't think you should. And if you own a Spark, should you upgrade? That's a difficult one as well. If you've got a Spark with 3 batteries, and because the price has dropped on a Spark, I've noticed lately, and you want to upgrade to this, I'd probably wait and see what, if these drop in price, second-hand value or whatever. It's a difficult one for me to say. But as a standalone unit, it's your first ever drone, if that's what you want to do, get into camera drones, yeah, I'd recommend it. Because if that's what you're looking for, light, very, very portable, it's extremely portable. I put this in the case I used to have for my old Mavic Pro, the leather case of the Mavic Pro, the one that comes with the FlyCam package. When I pick the bag up, when it's in it, it doesn't feel like, it feels like I forgot to put the drone in. That's how light the bag is. So that's where I'd leave it. I think it's a decent drone. Am I disappointed with it? Probably slightly, because it doesn't do anything different. It's not groundbreaking apart from the fact it's really light. But it flies well, it flies amazing, let's be fair. The camera looks okay, but it's just okay. I still wish they'd have made it 100 quid more, maybe 75 quid more, put a 4K camera on. Excuse me. I made that a little bit heavier, because the 249 thing will not master shortly anyway, it'll disappear. So, thanks ever so much for watching. Enjoy the video that's coming up. The first video will be in 2.7K, and it's got the screen recorded in, just in case I've switched them about, but you'll know because the screen recording will be with it. And the second video is in 1080p. You're going to see its return to home, which isn't the best, but like I say, when I say it's not the best, don't get me wrong, it's not miles away, it's like a couple of metres, so it's not a problem at all. I'm not saying it is an issue, it isn't. But it's not as normally as good as DJI drones are, but that's probably because of that optical flow sensor being so tiny. So, thanks ever so much, and have a fantastic day.